What's going on, guys, and welcome to bullgearrc videos. So once upon a time I decided that I wanted to build an SCX24 of kind of a competition nature, something that I could keep with me to kind of take part in any competitions that I came across, and the Parts Pal Power Wagon was born. However, the Parts Pal Power Wagon never seen any competitions, and it's been through several renditions, and basically that is what remains of the Parts Pal Power Wagon. So today we're going to start working on fixing that. So let's take a look at what we're working with here. We got basically we've got some millstone wheel wideners that we use for wheel weights. We got some hot racing internal spring shocks here. For the motor, this time we have a this is the PN90 brushed motor. It's probably my favorite brushed motor. We have to work with an ESC, that is the FuryTech Lizard. Our receiver's Spectrum, so I run my DX5. In the front here we have a Reefs 99. Got some brass C-hubs, brass diff cover. This is one of the heavy ones. Got a little metal skid here. Got some hot racing links. Again, millstone wheel widener weights in the front. So let's take a look and see what we are going to add to this build. Now, I've shown this before on the channel. This is the Mazz Cheat Code chassis. We are going to be using this guy. This is one of the sweetest chassis I've seen so far. So we're going to be taking advantage of that. Along with the Mazz Cheat Code, I picked up a set of these Mazz double star wheels. These things are sweet, guys. They have, as you can see, we got some brass rings, and these things come with regular hardware and scale hardware, so we can put these together with scale hardware if we decide to do it that way. So we're going to get rid of the RC four-wheel drive wagon wheels for sure. Now for tires, I do like to change things up. I've never tried these ones yet. These are the RC four-wheel drive Mickey Thompson Baja Pro X. This is the X2 S3 compound. I like the tread design on these guys. I think they just look good. I think they're gonna look good for this build. And looks like they're the same size as the tires I had on here previously, so that's going to work out just right. Moving on from the tires and wheels, I went ahead and these are from RC Steve 710. I went ahead and got some custom made links for this guy. I'm going to use the aluminum links for the cheat code chassis. This is a full set. This is steering links, front and rear, uppers and lower high clearance links. So we are going to use that. See, these are specifically for the cheat code chassis. And RC Steve 710 sent this along. This is kind of a surprise package here. We might go ahead and install these guys. They're looking pretty good, so we might put those in as well. Now for this build, I decided the PN90 is probably my favorite brushed motor, but I like to do things different, and I haven't tried out a Micro Komodo yet. So I did pick up the Micro Komodo and the Micro Komodo motor mount. So we're going to be swapping out the PN90. We're going to install the Micro Komodo to go along with the Lizard ESC. I'm thinking that'll be a nice lightweight combination, and that should go ahead and help us out with our center of gravity. Now this truck prior to this was doing 64-degree inclines. So that's what this cheat code chassis and all these upgrades are up against, is a 64-degree incline that this truck previously has done. And I do have also, I didn't mention, but I do have a little overdrive in the front here. So that, what do we got going on there? That feels like some bonding, guys. Interesting. We'll have to work on this thing a little bit, see what we got going on here. All right, guys, so upon a close inspection, we see that my bonding issue is this pin had done slipped out. And since RC Steve was nice enough to send a set of these guys along with it, I think I will just go ahead and install these right now. All right, guys, so we went ahead and we got the old dog bone out. We put the new steel dog bones in that RC Steve 710 sent me, and we did put the one front link on, but we can't put the steering link on right now because, as it appears, I left the house and forgot my little screw kit. So yeah, that's going to slow us down a little bit with putting the front end together, but that's okay. We just move on. I didn't think we would finish this project today anyhow. But anyway, all that's nice and smooth, looks good, and we're ready to move on. And if I have to, I can just put these hot racing steering links back on for the time being. So we're going to start moving backwards now, and I think I'm going to tackle the motor and transmission next. All right, guys, so the next step is done. We do have the FuryTech Micro Komodo installed on this transmission. It's a really good looking unit. I did have opportunity to actually take one of these for a test drive when I was at Reaction Hobbies, and kind of liked it. So hopefully it's going to work out good for us in this build. So I think what I'm going to do next is go ahead and assemble these Mazz Designs double star wheels and get those things ready to go. All right, so taking these out of the package, guys, I just did want to show you this before I started messing with them. Look at that, look at that. That right there is a pretty set of wheels. And as we can see here, we do have normal hardware and scale hardware, and it looks like we even have a tool for assembling these wheels with the scale hardware. And yeah, there's about 1 billion bolts here. So this is going to take a little bit, but I'm going to get at it. Man, would you look at that right there. Would you look at that right? That's a thing of beauty, guys. That right there is a thing of beauty. Fit and finish, excellent, excellent. These were really easy to put together. I did use the scale hardware. There is a little scale socket that's provided, fits right on them, and really easy to put together. A little time consuming because of the number of bolts, but you know, it wasn't hard at all. Didn't have to fight with keeping the tire in the bead or anything like we do with some of the other brands. But yeah, I just used 4 of the regular screws to get it started, and then I just went ahead and stuck the scale hardware in, and yeah, looking real good. Now I did have to drill out the center of this just a touch, because I am going to be using my millstones, and that means we have to use a one of these barrel bolts or barrel nuts to go through there, and it was just a bit small for the barrel nut, but other than that, she went right together real nicely. And one of the things that I didn't see right off the bat when I was doing the front end is that RC Steve actually sends the screw that I needed for that for the double ball in the front, and so we have that, so I can continue on building that part too. Alright guys, so it's time to start assembling this Mazz Design Cheat Code chassis. And I went ahead off camera and installed the transmission with the FuriTech Micro Komodo. And it's worth pointing out, if you don't know, on this skid plate, you can mount your transmission. As you can see, here's the top bolt. It also has a hole here for a top bolt and multiple locations down here, so we can mount the motor transmission in either direction without having to remove the skid and turning the skid around to accomplish that. So just a nice little feature built in I wanted to point out. And at this point we are ready to start installing links. Okay guys, important to remember when you're building the cheat code is that these are countersunk, and we do need to install these links before we install the chassis rails, because as you see, those holes are covered by the chassis rails. Just wanted to point that out quickly. All right guys, so we're about to a part where I'm going to quit working on this thing for today. I did go ahead off camera and get this guy assembled. We put the links, axles, shocks, everything together. As you can see, this is a well-balanced rig. Pretty exciting. This thing was a pleasure to put together. Mazz Designs, everything I've got on here that's Mazz, wheels, chassis, everything was very quality, very easy to put together. It's not the cheapest stuff, but you get what you pay for sometimes. I just I had a bad experience with some of the brass parts that I bought a little while ago. Fit and finish wasn't good. I had to modify everything just to get it to fit, to go together. This thing went together perfectly. I had no issues whatsoever putting this together. I take that back. I did have an issue. I had this hot racing servo mount here, and when I four-linked it, it didn't quite clear the links. It made a little binding in the link area right here. So I just took a little file and kind of rounded it out on the servo mount just around where the links sit to clear that up. But that wasn't anything to do with the RC Steve links or the Mazz Designs cheat code. That was just the hot racing servo mount and the 4-link suspension. But yeah guys, I'm pretty excited about this build. Still got some more stuff to do. We're going to get rid of the white servo horn. I don't want this truck to be part of the white servo horn crew. Probably going to put some brass back here, add a little bit more weight. But yeah, this is going to be a pretty sweet build. I got a feeling, man. I'm liking these tires. They look pretty sick. We're going to next time around, when I get a chance, I got to go back to the house and get some more stuff. I don't have the Bluetooth module for my FuriTech, so I have to wait till I get home to get that. And we will go ahead next time, get the electronics done, maybe get a body on here. Got to glue the magnets in still, a few little touch-ups here and there, and then we can start testing the suspension. I don't know if we'll keep it like this or if we'll change the shocks out, but right now I think it's going to be pretty sweet, and I think it's going to possibly beat the inclines that we were seeing from the Parts Pile Power Wagon, which were 64 degrees. And I got a real good impression from some of the testing I've already done that this is going to surpass 64-degree inclines. But we'll see when the time gets here. And until next time, guys, Uncle Lee, bullgearrc videos saying I'll see ya.